Hello, and welcome to this webinar on accommodating the aging workforce presented by the Computer Electronic Accommodations Program, better known as CAP. My name is Elizabeth, and I am joined by Terrence.
Hello, everyone.
CAP, a centrally funded program in the Department of Defense, has the mission to provide assistive technology and accommodations to support individuals with disabilities and wounded, ill, and injured service members throughout the federal government in accessing information and communication technology.
Our topic for today is about accommodating an aging workforce. We will look at aging, its effect on individuals, the workforce, and reasonable accommodations, including available assistive technology.
We are all aging. It is an inevitable part of life. The impact of aging on the labor force has long been known, but the issue is gaining increased attention as a large portion of America's workforce, the baby boomers, are starting to reach the age of retirement.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 19.6 million workers will be 65 years or older, or about 19% of America's workforce, by the year 2050. If those projections hold true, it would mean those in the labor force who are 65 years or older will grow by 75%, while those in the workforce ages 25 to 54 will grow by only 2%. Needless to say, individuals 65 years or older will make up a significant segment of the workforce.
Further compounding the importance of this topic, it's suggested that work characteristics that have long defined the baby boom generation, such as results-driven, ambitious, idealistic, competitive, optimistic, and people-oriented, will be lost as they retire. While this loss of expertise may pose challenges to private and public sector employers, technology has improved the workplace and the work environment by enabling workers of all ages to complete work from other locations. Creating awareness about reasonable accommodations should be an important focus of employees and employers as the workforce ages.
As employees age, they will likely encounter age-related disabilities. If an employee already has a disability, it may be exacerbated by aging. Unlike individuals who have had a disability most of their lives, and who may be more aware of reasonable accommodations and assistive technology available to them, individuals who acquire an age-related disability may not see themselves as having a disability or have little knowledge of the resources available to them. In order to best capture how aging can create or impact current disabling conditions, we will present several case studies.
The first case study we're going to examine will focus on a Navy pilot who was reassigned to work in an office. Following his reassignment, he realized that prolonged sitting caused him significant discomfort due to degenerative disc disease. Furthermore, due to a torn rotator cuff, he also experienced forearm pain, which is exacerbated by the use of a mouse and keyboard. His forearm pain began from repetitive use during his previous career requirements as a pilot and has become worse as he has aged. After a visit to his workstation, it was suggested that a sit-to-stand workstation, monitor arms for the sit-to-stand, an adjustable keyboard, and an alternative pointing device be used as accommodations. As a taller individual, the pilot is able to work comfortably from a seated position without the use of a keyboard tray, but when at a standing position, his computer monitors were below the suggested eye level. Thus, it was recommended that he use monitor arms with his sit-to-stand. Also, the adjustable keyboard and alternative pointing device were suggested as they both allow him to position his hands comfortably in a neutral position, which helps to prevent further strain on his wrists, hands, and forearms.
The second case study involves a DoD civilian employee who became a CAP customer after seeking accommodations to assist with bilateral hearing loss. This individual, a veteran, was exposed to numerous blasts and loud noises during his military service. Further, as he aged, his hearing worsened and he experienced difficulty hearing individuals both in person and via the telephone. The individual was able to learn about assistive listening devices and amplification devices used while on the telephone. He decided to use the assistive listening device for all his in-person communication and the amplification system for his telephone duties. As an individual working in a customer service position, which required frequent involvement in phone-based meetings and teleconferences, the amplification system proved to be the best accommodation solution for his needs. The amplification device he chose allowed him to change the tone and frequency of the caller's voice. Because certain tones and frequencies were affected more than others, he was able to adjust the sound in multiple ways to continue to meet his needs as the hearing loss progressed.
The third case study involves an individual who became a CAP customer after seeking accommodations to assist with macular degeneration. An individual with macular degeneration, a condition which progresses with age, sought accommodation solutions from CAP when her vision worsened and her standard means of accommodating her low vision condition were becoming insufficient. As a result of her low vision, she also experienced vertigo due to changing her focal point too often when using a handheld magnifying glass. The CAP staff suggested that this individual receive accommodation solutions that would provide magnification to make working on a computer easier. Additionally, she also received a mobile magnification solution that allowed her to access hard copy information that didn't trigger her symptoms of vertigo.
CAP accommodates individuals by evaluating requests on a case-by-case basis. Based on an individual's situation and condition, CAP strives to bridge the gap between people with disabilities and those without disabilities in order to help create equal performance opportunities in the workplace.
For more information about accommodating an aging workforce, please visit the U.S. Department of Labor at www.dol.gov. Population statistics and information about America's workforce can be found on the U.S. Census Bureau's website at www.census.gov.
For any questions, please contact CAP at 703-614-8416 or email cap@mail.mil. For links to previous webinars, please visit www.cap.mil/newsevents/webinars.aspx. Thank you for taking the time to watch the CAP webinar on aging and reasonable accommodations.